Hello all. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, all.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Okay, so let me open my lab. So I believe everyone has got the lab access and you have done the initial basic configuration. Lab access is there with everyone, right?
Sir, I have not checked. I will check on Saturday.
Okay, fine. Okay, let me share my screen. Okay, so today we are going to learn the basics, it's like initial steps of the firewall. Okay, so we will try to know our device. Okay, that where is what, where are the options. So let me share my screen. And before I start, so actually I'm in some kind of a very remotest place. Okay, I'm not sure if you have heard of Dhanush Kodi, the last road of India, right? So that is where I am. Okay, so I like somehow have managed Wi-Fi and all. Okay, so if in case you see that my screen is frozen or my audio is not that good, let me know. Okay, because I will not be able to confirm that whether you are able to listen to my words or not. Okay, so if at any point of time you feel that there is an issue, let me know so that I can pause and like start again. Okay, clear?
Yes.
Okay, man. So okay, let me access the firewall. So I've logged in. Okay, so my Chrome is up to date, so I'm able to see the GUI now. Okay, if you remember last time when I was trying to log in, it was reloading and asking me username and password again and again and again. Right? So once you upgrade your Chrome browser, you will not see the issue. Okay, and you will see this front page. So this is how the firewall will be open. You will be getting access to the Fortigate. Okay. The firewall. Okay, I would request everyone to be on mute unless you have a question. Okay, please be mute. Okay, thank you. Okay, so Abhishek is saying, "Am I audible?" I cannot hear.
Yeah, audio is little slow.
हो बरं आहे अजून उठला नाही झोपलाय काय नाही मी काल त्याच्या खोलीत गेलो रात्री
Okay, so I'm muting. Okay, I'm mute. Abhishek. He is talking to someone else. Okay, fine. Continue.
Sir, your voice is breaking. Sorry for interrupt. Your voice is breaking.
My voice is breaking.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yes, John.
फिजिकली तो बरा आहे म्हणजे तुम्ही ते बघू शकता सर
Okay. Okay, what about now? What about now?
You're
I
still
think
same.
still there is lagging in your voice.
Just give me a moment, okay? Just give me a moment. Is okay, so am I audible now?
Yes, and the sound is
Yes, sir.
clear.
Yeah, voice is clear. Great.
Okay. Okay, then share my let me know when you see my screen. Hello. Hello.
So yes, sir. Yeah, you are audible now.
And my screen is visible?
Yes, visible.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. I was looking for that confirmation. Okay, fine, not an issue. Thank you. So
Okay.
see, this is the front page, okay? So this is how you will see the firewall when you try to log in for the first time, okay? I believe the recording has started, right? Yeah, okay. So see, this page is actually distributed in three parts, okay? Mostly in three parts. If you see, there is top bar, okay? This one, top one, green. Okay, here you will see few of the options. One example, if you want to open the CLI or like console access of your firewall, okay, just in kind of you take an SSH access, okay, just using the PuTTY. Okay, so you do not have to if in case you like do not have the access to PuTTY applications, or like you are not able to do an SSH access, no need to worry. If you're working on a GUI, it also gives you that. Just click on it. Okay, it will give you a prompt just similar to the CLI. Okay, so you can run all the commands here. Okay, in the same way that you do in the console. Okay, in the same way you will be doing here at the GUI as well. Clear? Clear. So this is CLI.
Yeah,
Now
clear.
this is for the help.
Hello, sir. Are you there?
Who is the host, man? Yeah, it's me. Okay. So you will see the release versions and all. Okay, that it's like whatever the details that is related to your firmware. Okay, that is what you will see in here. Now this is the notification bar. Okay, so just in like it's similar to what you see in your phone. Okay, so in phone you get the notifications. In the same manner here also you will see the notifications. So if something has happened, okay, let's say license has got expired, some failover was triggered, some error is there. Okay, you lost the connectivity with the FortiGuard. So it's just like the system notification. Okay, so this is very helpful. So let's say, for example, if you see here, VM evaluation license expires, right? That is what it is saying. Now you want to fix it. How you will fix it? Simply, you have to click on it. Okay, simply click on that notification and it will move you to the page where you can fix that specific notification. Okay, so like here it has brought you that you can upload the license and that notification will be cleared. Okay, similarly, see, it is saying unable to connect to the FortiGuard servers. Okay, so you simply have to click onto it. Okay, and you can see that it will move you to the page where you can fix the FortiGuard issues. Okay, so the point is, this will become, so if you see any alert or any kind of an warning into the notification tab, needn't need to worry. Simply click onto it and it will automatically move you to the page where you can fix that notification. Okay,
Yeah,
that
just
is
like
what
the
it-
Android
that is.
phones, right?
Yeah, correct. Just like if you get an email notification, you just click on it, right? It will automatically move you to the that specific application. So it's just similar to it. Okay, so it's like very good and like handy. Okay, so you like need not need to worry and like search whether, hey, how will I fix this? Okay, so nothing need to worry. Now this is the corner thing. The name you see admin, because it is showing you the username. Okay, the username that you used in order to log in into this firewall. So it is just showing you that you have logged in into the firewall with the username. The name is admin. Okay, now this is your firewall model and the firmware version that it is supporting or like you have logged into. Okay, so this is showing you that it is a VM image and the version is 7.0.0. Okay, now see here, if you want to reboot, shut down, you want to upgrade, downgrade your firmwares, you can do from here, systems. Okay, directly, quick links kind of a thing. Okay, just hover your cursor onto the system and you will get all these options. Okay, now this says configuration, backup, restores and all. So if you want to take backup of your configuration, you want to restore your configuration. Okay, so let's say for an example, if I take the backup. Okay, now see here, backup to local PC. Local PC means your own system. So it will download your configuration onto your own system. See here, you have got the configuration file here, right? Downloaded onto your download folders. Clear? Okay, so that
So
is
what
local
actually it downloaded? I mean,
configuration.
all the
entire
configuration or
firewall, or only configuration. It is not downloading the firmware image. It is only downloading the configuration. Okay.
all
That's why you're
the
saying .conf.
Can we open in text notepad?
Yeah, you can open it.
Okay.
Okay, you can open it. So let's say notepad or WordPad, whatever you want to open now. You just okay, it will open. Okay, better to open it in the Notepad++ or in WordPad. Okay.
Okay, I think WordPad will.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, let me buy it in the Notepad. See the configuration. Okay.
Now fine.
Whatever the configuration that you have onto the firewall, you will be getting that entire configuration file. Clear?
Clear.
Okay. Now, okay. So see here. Let me close this. Okay. So this is if you want to take the backup of your configuration. Okay. If you want to restore, okay, you can also click onto it. Okay, and it will now ask you that, okay, where is the configuration file that you want to restore? So let's say I will say that, hey, my configuration file that I want to restore. That means you want to upload the configuration onto the firewall. Okay, so you can select that file, okay, and press okay. As soon as you press okay, let me do it. Okay, see, it will do one thing. It will say restoring the global system configuration will cause a device to reboot. Okay, so it will restart the firewall. So are you sure you want to continue? If you have the downtime, you will press okay. If you do not have the downtime, do not try to reboot your firewall. Okay, do not try to do that. So once
What
you
about
press
the pass?
okay, I'm sorry.
What about the password?
See, that password is needed only if the configuration file that you have downloaded, okay, that let's say, for example, I'm taking the backup. Okay, here I'm using the password as an encryption, just like I
Okay.
downloaded and like open it, right? So if you want to have the file which has been downloaded onto your PC as an encrypted format, that is password protected, you will just write that password, right? So when you will try to restore such a configuration, there you have to tell the password to the firewall as well, so that the firewall can decrypt it and then it will upload it into its system. Clear?
Okay.
Now, see here. Okay, before I go into that firmware upgrade and all those things, okay, I would like you all to have a focus onto this basic part, that is dashboard. Okay, so when you log in, okay, so when you try to log in into your firewall, this is what you see as in front page. So like I was saying, your screen is divided mostly in three parts. One was the top bar, okay, what you just saw. This 3 line is nothing but just a customization. You click on it, it will remove all those options and it will show you only the right hand screen is just expanded. Okay, it is that, nothing more. Okay, so you can have it back or like remove it, that is up to you. Okay, so it's just a cosmetic thing. Now you see here left hand side panel. Okay, left hand side, this is where it will show you all the configurations that you can do on the firewall. Okay, so it is divided in a way like major category and then subcategories. Okay, that is how it is divided. Okay, so like if you see dashboard, so now under the dashboard there are several things like status, security, networks, FortiViews and all, right? Similarly, if you will try to call network, okay, so there also you will see that there is static routes, okay, that there is policy routes, okay, there is RIP, OSPF, BGP, interface setting, DNS. Okay, so if you want to configure an SD-WAN, you have to go in here under the network. Okay, so see, the categorization is very easy. You do not have to run here and there. Just have a look at one or two twice. You will have a fair idea where you have to go in order to configure. Now, let me give you a sense of one thing. Now, if you see network, the major category is network. Now, anything that is related to routing, okay, IP addresses like dynamic routing protocol, RIP, OSPF, BGPs and all, multicast, right? Now, SD-WAN is also nothing but a kind of an that will help you to achieve the routing. PBR, interface settings, right? DNS, where you are going to resolve to an IPs and all, right? So all these things are falling under network category. Clear? Similarly, if you have to configure the policies, of course, you will go into policy and objects, correct? Objects is nothing but just creating an address objects. Let's say, for example, I have to create a subnet for 192.168.1.0/24. Okay, so what I will do, I will go into this policy and objects, click on addresses, and then I will create a new address, right? Like in these are the examples which has a default things, right? So like fabric device is having default address. So whatever you want to create, okay, you can create it. So that's why it is called policy and objects. Okay, so here is the firewall policy. This is the DOS policy. Now see the addresses, internet database, services, schedules, okay, DNATs, virtual IPs, IP pool, that is the source NAT, okay. So protocol options is it's like I will like let you know what is like protocol options, not like I will not be telling this right now, okay, because it will simply add on overload. Okay, so leave it for now. So traffic shapings and also say whatever you want to do, okay, with reference to now here you are actually telling the firewall what to do, okay, that hey, the firewall has to allow this traffic, drop this traffic. What traffic you are defining it, okay, when to drop, how to drop, okay, how it should process the traffic, that is quality of services. So if you want to do such a thing, defining the actions, you will go in policies and objects, okay, because you have to create a policy, right? So that is what how it is. Now if you have to play with the security profiles, that means UTM features, okay, if you want to play with the UTM features, in short, security profiles, okay, so this is where you will see antivirus, web filter, video filter, DNS filter, application control. So they are clubbed into that category, okay. So you just simply expand the security profiles and you will see all those options. So if you have to configure with the UTM features, simply try to go into the security profiles, okay, and there you will see all the options, one-stop solution, okay. Now if you have to configure VPN, go in VPNs, click on that VPN, there you will see IPsec and SSL VPN, you will find both, okay. So whatever you want to do configuration, you simply click onto that option and you will start doing that specific configuration, okay. Let's say you want to create the users, okay, or you want to integrate your firewall with the LDAP or like radius servers, okay, you can also do that, okay. So here also user and authentication, because of course we are going to use LDAP and radius for what? For authentication, right? Even when we create an user, the purpose of creating an user is to authenticate, right? We are telling the firewall that hey, if this user comes, ask him the password, and if he gives the correct password, then provide him a certain services or like whatever you want to give him the access to, okay. So that is what you are going to create in here. So user and authentication is just different thing. This is with reference to system settings, that means global. Just in your Android phones or like any phone that you might be using, you have a setting, right, where you just modify how your phone will be behaving, right, your overall setting of the devices, right? In the same manner, okay, here also you have a system setting. So here you can define who is the administrators, what are the accesses, okay, firmware upgrade, downgrade, okay, and like anything related to let's say for example, GUI access will be available on port 4433. Instead of 443, you can give 4433. Okay, so which SSH port, which telnet port, whatever you want to do, okay, you will be doing it here itself. Okay. And similarly, you have logs and reports. If you want to see any logging, okay, that what
Rohan sir, actually your screen is frozen, I think.
What do you see right now? Log and report?
No, I think application control.
Yeah, your screen is visual log and report.
Yeah, log and report, right?
Login report, then forward traffic, right?
Yeah, correct.
Yes, sir. Yeah,
Yes.
correct.
That is what it is.
Can you explain again?
Yeah, so I'm saying that if you want to see the logging, okay, that how, it's like what the firewall do with your traffic, okay, where you will go with the log and report section. So if you expand the log and report, there are multiple things into it. So I will tell you one by one what are all those things. But just to let you know about the right hand side panel, you have very limited major categories. So if you calculate it, it is 2, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, right? Total 9 major categories. And under each categories, you will find the several other configurations. Clear? Clear?
No, not clear. Actually, some middle class parties I miss, I think.
See, I'm not explaining the options. I've simply told you that on the right hand side, this one.
Okay.
Okay, this one will tell you, it's like you can just use this right hand side panel to see what you want to configure. Clear?
Clear.
Please just major categories. There are 9 major categories. Under network, you will have all the network related things like routings, policies, routes, SD-WAN, and all sorts of things. Policies and objects where you can configure the policies. Security profiles where you can configure the UTMs. VPN where you can configure the SSL and IPsec VPNs. User and authentication where you can configure anything related to authentication part. Okay. System settings. So where you want to do some global settings change for your firewall, you can do it there. Logs and report is the point where you can see all the logs and events and whatever that has been generated or like has been that will simply give you a fair idea what did your firewall do. Clear? Where to look at? Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Now see here, right hand side, whatever you choose in this side, whatever you choose here, okay, in the right hand side, you will see that a specific name. Okay, so if you want to go into interfaces, click on interfaces, and here you are seeing the same thing. Now you can do whatever the changes or whatever the configuration that you want to do with reference to the interfaces. Okay, so this is how 3 parts the firewall is divided. Okay, GUI, top, left hand side, and right hand side. Clear?
Clear.
Now, see, let us now start learning the basics of the firewall. Okay, the important things. Now see a dashboard. Okay, now see what is dashboard. Now if I say that okay, there is a result, right, of our semesters or maybe some notice and something to that, where do we look? There's a dashboard, right? You might have seen in your schools, in your like colleges, there would be some sort of a notice board or like dashboard, like kind of a thing. Remember?
Yes.
Remember. So what was that actually? What was that meant for? That was meant for to give you the important insight. It's like what you want to look at in the first glance, right? The important notifications, the important things, right? In a similar form, here also, the dashboard is something which I want to have. It's like I want to see it upfront always and every time when I try to log in, I want to see the dashboard. Why? Because on that dashboard, I will be keeping all kind of an informations which I want in a single click. Okay, so that means at a single glance. Think it in this way. You have your phone, right? When you try to unlock your phone, everyone has its own customized home page. Home screen, yes or no?
Yes.
You might have put some clock, you might have put some important applications onto front of your home screen, right? What you try to use on like frequent basis, right? So that is what you want in a quick access. Okay, so you might be having that. So whatever you may have, how do you add that on your home screen? That is nothing but widget, right? In phone, you call it as a widget, correct?
Yes.
Here also, it's the same thing. Okay. This is your home screen. Okay. However, you want to put the informations into it, whichever widget you want to add and have it for a quick glance, you had it. Okay. If you click on add widget, see there are a lot of things. Okay. There are a lot of things. Whatever you feel to add, like have it handy. Okay. Click on it and it will be there on your dashboard. Now, for an example, let me first go through the dashboard and then I will be adding one more widget that is mostly widely used and you should be having on your front screen. Okay, always. Now, let me show you these default widgets. Okay, in informations, what it says. Now here it says system information. System information. Now here it is saying what is the host name, that is the name of your firewall. Okay, what is the serial number of your firewall, which is the firmware, that is the FortiOS version that it is running on. Okay, the mode of your firewall is operating in a NAT mode or it is operating in a transparent mode. So let me tell you one thing, your firewall can operate in 2 modes. One is NAT and one is transparent. When you say NAT, that means your device is capable to process the packet with reference to layer 3 information. can see the difference between NAT mode and transparent mode is that when the device is operating as a NAT mode, the device will take the action or forward the packet based upon the layer 3 information. Whereas in transparent mode, the device will forward the packet based upon the layer 2 information. Clear?
Yes,
Clear?
sir.
So,
Clear.
Is that like vWire in Palo Alto and L3 as NAT in Fortigate, right?
vWire.
Yeah, we use the vWire mode na, as a transparent mode in Palo Alto.
I'm not too sure of Palo Alto, man. Okay. Okay. But yes, if it is something which makes the device to behave as a layer 2 switch, then yes, it's the same thing. Okay. Now, so this is what it will tell, okay, that whether your firewall is operating as a NAT mode or it is operating as a transparent mode. You can deploy it in any way that you want, okay. Mostly the people uses it in NAT mode, but yes, if there are concerns that where the companies want the firewall only to do an IPS action, there they may deploy the firewall as a transparent mode, okay, because they simply want the firewall to inspect the traffic to check for attacks and all. That's what they want. So in that case, you may have to deploy the firewall as a transparent, and it is very easy. Okay, you just simply set the mode as transparent and you simply place the firewall. That's done. Okay, just how
So
you deploy a layer. Yes, please.
So in transport mode, we did not use any protocol, routing protocol.
No, it's a layer 2. Okay, I told you, no, the difference between NAT and transparent is that the packet is forwarded with reference to layer 2 information.
Okay.
Okay, in transparent, whereas in NAT mode, the packet is forwarded based upon layer 3 information. Clear?
Clear.
Yeah. Okay. Now, see here. It will also show you the system time. Okay. You can see the time of your firewall. Okay. How long this firewall is up. Okay. So you can see that as well. So if I hover my cursor, okay, see here up since, okay, 20th 12 2022, and since this time 9:22 and 50. So since when the firewall is running and all, you can see it. Okay. This will show you the information of public IP. In some of the cases, if the ISP link is not directly connected, you may not see this. Now, if you see WAN IP as unknown, do not presume that this is an issue. It is not an issue. It is simply saying, I am not able to show you the public IP. That's it. Okay. That is what it is. It is not an issue. Okay. Now,
so Rohan, firewall time is also synced with the FortiGuard?
With FortiGuard and TP server. I will show you that.
Okay.
I will show you that. Okay.
One question.
Yes, please.
That WAN IP unknown should be in case of NAT only, na? When the mode is NAT, right?
No. WAN IP unknown is mostly when the ISP link is not directly connected to the firewall.
But somehow NAT is configured. I mean, some netting is there, na?
Maybe not. Okay, that's
but in case of transparent mode, na, that should
transparent mode, you will never have the ISP, right?
Yeah.
You will never have the ISP, so like there is no chance that you will see an WAN IP there. It will anyhow show you unknown.
Okay. Yeah, Rahul sir, I have a question. Hello.
Yes.
So I have a question related to this mode only. Can you hear me, right?
Yeah, tell me.
Okay, so my question is related to mode only. So you said like we have two mode, NAT and transparent, right? So if I'm going to deploy this firewall into my environment, where I'm only concerned about the L2 traffic only. So rest of the things is going to be the same, right?
No. See, that statement is wrong. You are saying you are only concerned about the L2 traffic.
Yeah, no, actually, let's say I'm not using any router.
Okay.
I'm just going to deploy this firewall in one small enterprise.
Okay.
So if if set the mode as transparent, so we would be able to do rest of the things, right?
Rest of the things, sir?
We would be able to configure the ACL and the other things. Is it?
No.
Rohan, can you clarify one thing, please?
No.
So that
Yeah. Tell me what is
actually
that
in
you
Palo
want.
Alto, what transport or vWire mode is, we simply place the firewall between the traffic flow, but we can't take any action, and we can't enable any policy, right? We just
Correct.
place firewall to just check the flow of the traffic.
Yes.
No action will be taken on that. So
Correct.
is that same in Fortigate?
Yes, it's exactly same, not for the Fortigate, but for any device that is going to act as a transparent. See,
Okay.
let me give you a clear picture that will give you a sense of clarity. If you have to deploy a layer 2 switch, I'm not saying layer 3, I'm saying layer 2 switch, mostly called as unmanaged or like managed switch. Remember?
Yes.
Now, in order to deploy that, what do you do? Simply put it into your topology, right? There is no configuration for the IP. Right. Do you actually assign an IP to any interfaces of the layer 2 switch? No. There is no need. Okay, because they will not look into the layer 3 header. They can only process the packet with reference to layer 2. That is the MAC address, right? So there is no need to assign an IP and all. If there is no IPs, that means there is no need for a policy. See, you have to tell him now that, okay, port 1 to port 2 allow. Correct? Correct.
Right.
Correct. So there will be only one policy. Okay, that will be that is something which will create like port 1 to port 2 allow. Okay, in transparent. Okay, there is no configuration at all. No configuration. Only one configuration is there, that is to configure the management IP to manage your firewall. Okay, so you will just reserve one interface which will act as a management interface. That's it. Rest all, it's just like you have put up a layer 2 switch. Okay, so when I say that the firewall will operate as a transparent mode, that means the firewall will act as if it is a layer 2 switch. That is what I meant. Okay, now since you want it to take an IPS action, that is why you have to deploy a policy. Okay, you have to deploy a policy for what? For incoming interface and outgoing interface. That will not contain any IPs like source IP, destination IP, nothing at all. Nothing at all. Okay, you will simply tell that from this port to that port, apply this IPS. That is what you will do. Nothing more. Okay, no configuration. It's a simple deployment.
Okay, can we apply AB in transmit mode?
AB, antivirus.
Yes.
You can deploy anything, man.
Okay.
Okay, you can deploy anything. Okay. See,
in transparent mode.
In transparent mode. See, I'm again repeating, focus on my statement. The firewall will forward the traffic based upon layer 2 information. That is what I said.
Yes.
Okay. That forwarding the traffic is based upon layer 2 information, nothing else. Forwarding is happening based upon the layer 2 information. That means you cannot modify the packet. Can layer 2 switch modify the packet? It cannot. Can it change the MAC address? No. Right? It cannot translate the IP because it is never going to look up to the higher level, right? In OSI, you have layer 1, layer 2, layer 3, right? So layer 2 is below layer 3. So if the action is taken with reference to layer 2, why it will check layer 3? Correct? So this is why transparent mode is as easy as just managing a layer 2 switch. Clear? It's exactly same, to be precise. Okay. Exactly same. Okay? Okay. Now, see here.
I still have a doubt, Mr. Rohan.
Yeah, tell me.
So as I said earlier, like let's say I'm dealing with one company ABC. Right? So in company ABC, we are only having L2 device. One
Okay.
L2 switch is there, right? But still they want to go for the firewall for the security.
Okay.
So in that case, what would be the mode? Should we take it as NAT or like we should go for transparent?
See, that is something which you have to take the call. Do you want the firewall to do natting and like modify the content of the packets?
No, actually, if I'm not going to modify the content of any packet, but the only thing is like I should be able to configure the ACL and all. That's it.
No, it's like I'm like not getting the point. Why do you want to configure an ACL? What's the point there?
I
So,
think
I'll just tell you why I'm asking this question, because once we have the firewall, right? So I am just going to set some policy, some rules. What all traffic should come inside and what all traffic should go outside.
That if you want to do that, you have to be in a NAT mode.
NAT mode only.
Not be in a transparent.
So you want to say that like in the transparent mode, we would not be able to do any kind of configuration in the Fortigate switch.
Yes. See, Fortigate switch.
Well, sorry, Fortigate firewall.
Firewall. Yeah. Okay. So see here again, I'm saying, see what you just mentioned your requirement, and since you know the behavior, transparent will take the action on layer 2, right?
Right.
So you want to block a traffic.
Right.
So do you want to block a traffic with reference to a MAC address? If yes, you can block the traffic with reference to MAC.
Got it. Because MAC works with L2, right?
But if you want to block the addresses with reference to an IP layer 3 information, that is not possible.
Right. I got it. Now it's clear. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So see here.
I just want to ask you one more question also. Like if we will change the mode to transparent here, right? So will we be are we going to see any difference in the dashboard?
In dashboard?
Yeah.
No, nothing much.
Dashboard will look like that only.
Yeah, dashboard. It's just a home screen, right?
Right. Okay.
Okay. Let me just put it in this way. In your phone, you might have seen there that you can add one more profile, right, for your child and all, right?
Right.
And create multiple profiles into your phone, correct?
Right.
So if you create multiple profiles, does it change your home screen? Yes, it like goes into a default mode, right? That is what you see.
Correct. Got it.
So now he can have his own customized screen that what he wants, correct?
Absolutely fine. Yeah. Thank you.
But it's the same thing. Okay.
Right. Got it. Yeah. Thank you.
Now, see here. This one is showing you the information about the licenses. Okay. Now, like I mentioned, now see, in terms of license, there is a bundled license. Okay? The term that is used is bundled. You do not have to buy some separate licenses unless you have some specific requirement. So when you buy a bundle of a license, you automatically get all of the feature. Okay. So UTM features, everything will be supported. FortiGuard, whatever the feature that is supported by the FortiGuard, you will be given to you 40 tokens. Okay. And it's like limited 40 tokens, 2 and 3, you will be getting it. Okay. You will also be getting to create 10 VDOMs. Okay. So those are included into your bundled license. Okay. If in case you have a certain requirement, no, I want 500 more tokens or maybe 100 more tokens to manage my users. Okay. For that, you have to buy a separate 40 token license. Okay. Maybe you are not, it's like you have such a setup that 10 VDOMs in a firewall is not enough for you. You want more than that. Then you have to go for the separate license in order to get more VDOM into it. So that is called VDOM license. Okay. So there are multiple types of license, but mostly, and I think out of 10, 8 times, okay, if you do not have some specific unique requirement that is beyond, it's like I mentioned that you may require 100 or 200 tokens. Okay. So in that case only you have to buy a separate 40 token license, else a common bundle license is enough to make your firewall working. Okay. Now this widget is showing you the status of the license. It is showing unable to connect to FortiGuard servers. And it is an issue. Okay, it's an issue. It is saying that, hey, I am not able to talk to the FortiGuard. And since I'm not able to talk to the FortiGuard, hence I cannot support FortiGuard features. Okay. Anything that is related to FortiGuard functionality, I cannot support it because I cannot reach to it. Now, why it is not able to reach to the FortiGuard? Because FortiGuard is refusing the connection. He is saying, hey, you do not have a license. Okay, the serial number. FortiGuard knows which serial number of the device has what license tagged to it. Okay, so it can quickly check into its database and it will then allow or refuse the connection with that specific device. So if you do not have a license, you have to get a new one. Okay, so that is what it is showing you. So if you can see here, not supported, not supported, IPS, not supported, antivirus, not supported, web filtering, not supported. So these features are not supported. Now the question comes, hey, does that mean that we are not going to see the labs with reference to web filtering and all those things? I will show you the lab. Okay, but without FortiGuard. Okay, I will, because without the FortiGuard still we can do the lab of web filters and application control and all, because it will still work. Okay, so that is something which we can manage. Okay, but yes, licenses part you can see it here. Now, yes,
I
please.
have a question.
Yeah.
Rohan, I have one doubt. If as you told that if I go for the bundle of license and tokens, and I have one confusion about if I bought one license for one device. So what is the roles of tokens here, and what do you mean by bundle of license?
Bundle of license means you are simply buying a common license which will enable your device to talk to the FortiGuard so that the UTM features, security features can function. Okay, that is what that license is. Forti token, it's just like, have you heard of a RSA token?
Yes, is MFA.
Yeah, yes, multi-factor authentication, or have you seen that you get an OTP onto your phones and all?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
similar to it. Okay, there is a specific Forti token mobile. You can search in onto your Play Store. You can see there is a specific application.
So when we have to log in the Fortinet login, so
Yes.
there's a browser in page. So that time we have received in the mail that Fortinet token, right?
Yes, correct. So you have to enter that token and then only you will be authorized to access the firewall. Okay. Okay.
So when you say we are buying a license with combined feature and access to 10 VDOMs. So do you mean with this serial number we are buying these features, web filtering and this all feature?
Correct. The license that you buy will be mapped to your serial number. When you buy a Fortigate product, okay,
Yeah,
you have to create an account. Okay, the company creates an account for you. Okay, that account is linked to your device. Okay, so you can use that account is support.fortinet.com. Okay, support.fortinet.com. If you open that, it will ask you to log in with your registered account. When you log in into your registered account, it will show the list of the serial number of the devices that is allocated to you, the devices which you have bought. Okay.
Oh, okay. Hardware devices, right?
Yeah, hardware or like cloud-based, whatever you
Virtual,
have bought. Okay. So
Rohan,
it's a single stop. Yeah.
And with every device of purchase, maximum I get 10 VDOM access by default.
By default, yeah.
I
If you
don't
have a
have to
license,
pay for that as
if you have a license, then only the VDOM will work. If you
VDOM will
don't
be
have a
there.
license, there is no VDOM. Yeah. Okay.
So Rohan, what is VDOM actually?
That is something which I will not tell right now. Okay, it is beyond this today's class.
Virtual systems actually.
So I will
Virtual domain.
tell you know. I will like let you know once we complete the hatches and all. Okay.
Rohan, I have a question.
Sure. You can go.
Hello.
Yes, please.
Is user session concurrent session is related to licensing?
No, that's not.
Suppose one firewall, how much concurrent sessions support at a one time?
That depends upon your model.
Okay, firewall model, right?
Yes, correct.
Yeah, Rahul, I also have one more question. Ron, sorry.
Yeah.
So if we are going to buy one firewall, Fortigate firewall, right?
Huh?
So is it specific to number of users? Let's say we have 50 users in the company. So do we have to get the license as per the users?
No.
Okay,
No.
so there is no limit.
No. I'm showing the limit of the users and concurrent sessions or like amount of traffic that is device to device or like model to model. Okay.
Okay.
I will show you that. Okay, I will show you that.
So Ron, can we check that in firewall device data sheet?
Yes, you have to check in the data sheet only.
User concurrent session, right?
Correct. Okay. Now let me show you. Okay, why to go here and there. Max. Yeah. Here. See, you choose the version that your firewall is running on. Okay, firmware version. Let's say I choose 700. Okay, and then you select the model, whichever model you want. Okay, so for example, I'm selecting 1500D model. Okay, and then you go on, go. Okay, now see here, you wanted to see for, let's say for example, I want to see for users. Okay, now see. Okay, so see, LDAP users 64, that is LDAP users. Okay, that means 64 groups of the users. That it is a very vast count. Okay, group. So 64 LDAP servers you can support here. Now, users group, 2000 user groups you can create. Okay, if it comes to SSO, 5 SSO can be set up at the same time. Okay, now see here, how many local users you can create? 5,000. Okay, peers 60,000. Okay, so it is giving you the insight. Now, for example, let's say policy. Okay, firewall policy, how much? 336, that is 1 lakh. 1 lakh policy can be configured in this model. Okay, if you want to create a firewall policy with reference to 46, that is also 1 lakh. This is also 1 lakh, 1 lakh policies. Clear? Clear?
Right.
Okay, so this is the page that will show you the maximum value. Now, coming to the capacity of your devices. Now, for that, you have to refer data sheet. Now, data sheet of Fortigate 1500D model, for example, okay, like the thing which we are seeing. Now, if I open the data sheet, okay, that will tell you exactly what is the amount of traffic, okay, how many sessions that it can handle. Okay, so what is actually the overall capacity of your firewall? Okay, so that is something which it will also tell you. Now here, if you see, I'll simply scroll down to the important page. Yeah, here, see here, firewall throughput. Okay,
yes,
it's 80 55 Gbps. Okay, so this is throughput. It will give you 80 Gbps. It can give you throughput up to. Okay, if you have latencies that it can is micro, say it is microsecond, 3 microsecond, that is the latency it will add. It is almost negligible. Okay, how many sessions, TCP sessions it can handle at the same time? 12 million. Okay, that is 1.2 crore. Okay, so it can handle at the same time, concurrent session it is. Okay, and new sessions per second, new sessions per second, it is 3 lakh new sessions per second. So for every second it can handle 3 lakh sessions, and at the same time it can maintain 12 million sessions, that is 1 crore 20 lakh sessions at the same time the firewall can process. Okay, but per second is different. Per second means in a second how many new sessions I can handle. So it's 3 lakh. Clear? Clear. Okay, what is the IPsec VPN throughput? 50 Gbps it can support. Okay, so this is the data that will give you a sense that, hey, should I go for this firewall or should I go for the higher or like lower than this? Clear?
clear.
Okay, one point. Hello, Rohan.
Yes, please.
I have a question. So
Yeah,
when we go to purchase a new firewall, so what throughput we actually calculate? I mean, the default or with the SSL decryption features and all?
No. See, how you choose that what kind of an firewall you want. Okay. First of all, it's the job or it's the role of the company who is going to buy. Okay. So the engineer who is going to buy the product, he's the one who has to give me a fair sense of idea that what is the maximum traffic. Okay. What is the maximum traffic that he expects the firewall to handle? Whenever he says that, okay, I expect that it will be handling, it's like I will be getting an 1 Gbps or like 5 Gbps over of an traffic. Okay. So I will not look for a firewall which can handle 5 Gbps. It's all about money. Okay. You cannot change your product if in case your business is growing, right? So you always take a buffer for that. So if you are giving me a 5 Gbps, I will have it 10. So I will look for a firewall which can handle up to 10, so that if in case in future my business grows, still I can use the same model and devices. It will not cost to my company. Okay. Now users, how many users? Because maybe it's depend upon company to company setup. Okay. Maybe that company is something which is completely working from home, right? Or like which wants its employees to travel a lot. So maybe that company wants multiple or like concurrent sessions for the users to be established at the same time. So what is he expecting? What is his strength? That will give me a fair idea to also take a call that, okay, fine, concurrent sessions as well as number of users that he wants to handle. Okay. Now it comes to throughput. Now, what is the maximum throughput that you want? What is the ideal throughput that do you expect? Okay. Now see here, throughput, this is firewall throughput. Okay. And this is IPsec VPN throughput. That is through the VPN. Clear? There are two throughputs. Now, if you see here, one more thing, SSL inspection throughput and application control throughput. As SSL inspection throughput means when the firewall will try to go or like read all your packet informations, at that time, of course, there will be a slight decrement. Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Right? There will be a slight decrement. Okay. So that is what it is. Okay. So this is, if you see here, SSL inspection throughput, that is IPS and HTTP traffic, 10.5 Gbps. Application control throughput, 16 Gbps. Okay. So when the application control will function, that is also nothing but an functioning of an IPS engine. Okay. So when the packet will be processed through even with a deep inspection method, this is what the throughput that you can expect. Okay. So of course, if you're buying a firewall, you are going to put your packets through a deep inspection, right? It's like through a thorough checks, correct? So that is what you should look in here. Okay. Clear?
Yeah. Clear.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is how you should finally take a call which device is for me or not. Okay. Never ever choose a device with exact requirement. Always have it double. If not double, increase the limit by at least 30 to 40%. Okay. Whatever you want. If you want for 10, look for at least who can manage 13 or 14. Okay. That is how you should look. Okay. Now, okay, see here. Telling you what is the CPU resource, okay, how many CPU is there allocated, okay, and how many RAM is being allocated to your device. Okay, that is what it is saying, that there is a 2 GB RAM and there is only one CPU allocated to you. See, here when you see the CPU, you will see there are multiple like CPU 0, CPU 1, CPU 2, CPU 3, like that. Those are referred as cores, CPU core. Okay. See, even when you buy your laptop, right, or your phone, You see now there is it's a dual core, right? Quad core. Remember
Yes.
those
Yes.
laptops, right? So what it says quad core? Does it say that it has 8 CPUs? Of course, yes. It is a single CPU chip. Okay, microchip is only single, but in that there are 8 multiple cores. That means 8 CPUs. That means, yeah, 8 processors which can handle the 8 packets at the same time. Okay, 8 processes at the same time. So the more the core of your CPU is, the better the CPU is. The clock speed improves. Okay, so that is what here is also. Okay, so it is saying one by one. So when you buy a VM license, okay, this is not a licensed firewall, so that's why it is only giving us a 1 CPU. Okay, but when you go for a licensed firewall, okay, let's say in VM environment, there you will see that you will be charged for the license based upon number of CPU and RAMs. Okay, so maybe you have a high requirement of RAM, or maybe you have a high requirement or requirement of CPU. So based upon that, they will issue the VM license to you. Once you install it, okay, you will see that, okay, you have 4 CPU cores or 8 CPU cores, whatever you want. Okay, so based upon that, so this is what it is showing you. Now, this is with reference to Fortigate Cloud. So Fortigate Cloud is nothing but an account. Okay, it's a cloud-based account where you can store your logs as well as manage all your device at a single point. Now, please do not confuse Fortigate Cloud with a Forti Manager or Forti Analyzer. Those two are different devices. Forti Cloud is a different thing. Forti Cloud is nothing but a cloud-based account, okay, where you can manage all your things. Okay, you do not have to, when I say all your things, that means your account, your devices, your licenses, that is thing that you can manage. You can also use Fortigate Cloud to store some of your logs. Okay, so it can also store the logs if in case you have bought the Fortigate Cloud license. Okay, so this is also chargeable. You have to pay for this, then only you will be able to log in to the Fortigate Cloud, and your firewall will be syncing with that. Okay, that is what it is. Now, see your administrators. Now this will tell you that who has logged in. Okay, so it is saying one user has logged in using HTTP protocol. Okay, that username is admin. Okay, so that is what it is saying. So if multiple users have logged in, you can see that who have logged in into the firewall. Okay, current login, current active session. It is not going to show you the past records. It is only going to show you the latest record. It's like who is currently active on this firewall. Okay, if you want to see the past record, you have to go into the log and reports. Okay, so it is only going to show you the real-time data. Okay, now this is security fabric. I will come to the security fabric later on, but yes, here you can see what are the devices that is connected to your firewall. Okay, so you can see that. Now,
why do you use HTTP protocol, since this is a clear text?
Yeah, so here I'm using HTTP. Okay, I'm not using HTTPS to access this firewall. Okay, the reason behind this is because this is an unlicensed firewall. Okay, and it has a very limited cipher suits that it can support, which will not be compatible with the browser version. Okay, hence HTTPS may or may not work. Okay, so that's why I'm using HTTP to access the firewall. Okay, when I will do the SSL web-based VPN lab, there I will show you how to troubleshoot the ciphers and all, and there you will see the limitations. Okay, so why to take a headache right now? Okay, so I'm just going within flow within HTTP. Okay, but yes, you can access HTTPS as well, not an issue. Okay.
Okay, thanks.
Now, see here. This is showing you the CPU graph for 1 minute. You can see it for past 24 hours. If I click on 24 hours, it will show you the graph for 24 hours. Okay. Now, based upon maybe you want to monitor, okay, that, hey, what happened during 1 hour. So you can see that as well. Okay. What happened during in last 10 minutes. You can also see that here is a small spike. Okay. That is what you say 3%, right? So it's nominal. So it is showing the real-time CPU graph utilization. Okay. Real time.
Okay. Rohan, can you
also yeah, tell me.
Can you scroll up
Okay.
where RAM and CPU is displaying?
Uh-huh.
Here displaying CPU 100% and RAM allocated RAM 49%.
See, this is allocated. I told you now, when you buy a license of a firewall, okay, that means a VM image, okay? This is a freeware. So here only you have one CPU.
I
So
understand one CPU is allocated to this firewall, but what is the meaning of 100% and 49%?
No,
Yeah,
no,
actually,
no.
we have one CPU, and that is already allocated to this
One
firewall.
CPU
That's
there
why it's
and one CPU is allocated, so 100% is allocated.
Okay, okay. If there is a 3 CPU and we allocated only 2 in that case, there should be less than 100%, right?
Yeah, you will see 66%.
Okay, okay. I understand. Okay.
Now, see here. So this is usage graph, okay? Now see, similar to the CPU, memory will, it's like you can also see the RAM usage graph, that is the memory usage graph for past 24 hours, okay? So you can also see in there that how the memory was being utilized in past 24 hours, okay? That is what you can see for, let's say, for example, past 30 minutes, see here, the memory usage and all, so you can see it, okay? Now, how is this useful? Now, let's say, for example, customer is there saying that, hey, my firewall is going into the conserve mode. See, I'm using the new term, conserve mode. What is conserve mode in the Fortigate firewall? The firewall is said to be in the conserve mode if the CPU or memory or maybe both, okay, or any one of that is utilized beyond the threshold. Okay, so let's say the threshold is 85%. Now, if your CPU is crossing 85%, the firewall will move into the conserve mode. Conserve mode means it will say, hey, I am now going to conserve the CPU. Why? In order to ensure that if in case anything is, because something is going wrong, right? Because the CPU is going overutilized, okay? So the network administrator should always be able to log in into the firewall. Okay, that's the resource preservation, conservation. Okay, so when you have a limited resource, what do? You conserve it, right? Tigers are lost. Tigers are gone now. So what we are doing? We are conserving the tigers, right? There are conserves, forests and all, right? That is how the concept is. Okay, so the CPU is getting utilized very quickly. Memory is getting utilized very quickly. The firewall will start conserving. Okay, that hey, I now have only 10%. I will stop unwanted things and I will try to focus on the important task. Okay, it doesn't mean that it will stop the firewall or it will stop the firewall not to go beyond that threshold. Okay, it is not. It can reach up to 100% as well. Not an issue. Okay, but beyond 100%, even if the firewall is at 100%, you will never lose the access of the device. Why? Because data plane and control plane is separate in the Fortigate firewall. When I say data plane, that means the CPU, which is handling the data that is passed through traffic to the traffic or from the firewall. So
user traffic.
Yeah, so any kind of traffic that the firewall is handling, that is handled by data plane. Okay, and the traffic which is to the firewall, okay, that means management traffic, that is handled by your control plane. Okay, so control plane is always separate. So even if your CPU is at 100% utilization, needn't need to worry that you can always log in into your firewall and do the quick troubleshooting to bring down that usage. Okay, so you can do it now.
Rohan sir,
yes,
I have one doubt. So
yes.
same thing happened in my own organization. So that time, how can I access that firewall?
The same way that you do access.
Yeah, same thing.
Management port, no? That is dedicated port.
No, I try to access, but actually I doesn't get it the access.
No, you will get. You can use the same IP, same thing anywhere to access the firewall. It will work.
And that time, and HA also failed. and also doesn't get it the logs.
So because of the high memory or like CPU.
Yes.
So that means you are hitting something. Okay. So unless you see all the logs and parameters.
I have also checked with SIM, so in the SIM also doesn't get it that logs. So what exactly happened? So
Is something crashing? Did
yeah.
crash log?
Yes, crash log.
Did you check that?
Yeah, I checked it, but I doesn't get it.
Nothing at all. Simply it is spiking.
Yeah.
Events is saying what?
Even but actually that time I'm forcefully shut down that firewall.
No, don't do that. This is the worst mistake that you can do as a customer. Okay.
Yes.
Log a case with the tag, because if you go to the tag and then say that, hey, I experienced this issue, okay, and then he will ask you the logs. Okay, tag cannot work without logs, and if you have restarted the firewall, the logs are gone.
Okay, but actually that our organization is totally down, so
not an issue. Log a P1. Why to worry, right? Log a P1. Log a case, log a proactive case, tell them that this is what the issue is happening. Whenever it happens, the frequency of the issue is maybe in a day, maybe in a week, but whenever it happens, this is what the impact is. Hence, give me a precaution action plan. They will give you the action plan that, hey, before you restart the firewall, try to reach us. If in case you are not able to reach us quickly, collect these logs at least. Okay. Then you reboot the firewall so that you can get back to them that, hey, when this issue happened, I have taken all these logs which you asked me, and now please give your analysis to it. Okay. You have to give them the logs. Without logs, they cannot do anything. Okay. No guesswork. No guesswork. Okay. It's all about logging.
Yeah, this types of cases I have also faced with my Cisco ASA firewall. So our tag team asked to me in Showtech and Warshark capture.
Yes, correct. That is mistake. You have to get back to the tag, man. Okay, do not restart the firewall. Restarting the firewall is not the solution. Okay.
Yes, I get it.
Okay, fine. So see here, similarly, you will see these sessions as well. Okay, session outputs. It's like how many sessions is currently active. See here, 84, 83 sessions in last 1 minute. I'm not sure who is generating these sessions, but okay.
Rohan, one more question. From these graphs, can we identify which application uses the the CPU utilization and all these things?
Will not.
Or we have to check the logs only?
Yes, you have to check the logs. You have to go into the CLI and then run the command to check which process is using the CPU or like memory. Okay. So see here, this is with reference to sessions. So here you can see the session list. Okay. How many sessions has been found per seconds. Okay. So when you are seeing a spike, because why it is necessary to see the sessions, if in case I see a very high memory and high CPU, my first thought is maybe the firewall is receiving a lot of traffic, right? Correct. So I will see the sessions count. Is it constant or is it spiking at the same time? Okay. So that will give me a fair sense of idea, right? Because if I see that, okay, at this point, the CPU got spiked. Okay. So at the same time, what was the session count? Correct. Correct. Yes or no? So that will give me a fair sense of an idea that, okay, fine, that you are receiving a spike to it. Okay. I remember one case where the customer was under a DDoS. Okay. He was experiencing a DOS attack. Okay. So he was not aware of it. He simply saw that the CPU and memory is too high. Okay. And he logged a case. I went on the call. And when I saw that, I saw the sessions. I tried to map the graphs. There I saw that whenever there is a spike, okay, the CPU was increasing and memory was also giving a big jump. Okay. So, and again, it will go down in 5 to 6 seconds. Okay. Down. Then again, it will be constant for 5 minutes. Then again, a spike, then down, then 5 minutes constant, spike, down. So that is what it was happening. Okay. So one thing was clear, burst traffic. Someone was sending a lot Sorry, man. So someone is sending a lot of traffic. Okay. So when I checked onto it, found out the source IP. Later it was found that that system was compromised with a botnet CNC. Okay, and that was sending a very high amount of traffic at constant frequency. Okay, so a specific LAN was itself compromised for his network. Okay, so he immediately plugged out that complete LAN. Okay, so that entire LAN part was gone. Okay, so we asked him to remove it. Okay, the only thing why it happened is he should not have seen the CPU as spike and memory as spike, but why it happened is because he didn't configure DDoS policy. If he would have configured DDoS policy, firewall would have taken care at his own end. Okay, just give me a moment. Let me have some water. The water is killing me now, man. Okay. Where it is. Okay, fine. So, okay, so it's like this is how it's like these are the just initial thoughts. Okay, while we progress throughout the course, we will have furthermore discussion of some useful cases. Okay, that how to approach and like what is the thought process behind it, what can cause it. Okay, so see here, this is all tracking the real time session. Okay, now I recommend you may want something more onto your dashboard, that is something more onto your home screen. So in that case, you will click on add widget. Okay, and under that, let's say for an example, I want that to monitor the interface or like incoming traffic. Okay, so just let's say for an example, interface bandwidth. Okay, so here if you see my incoming interface is port 1, right? So I will add port 1, add widget. Okay, similarly I will also add for port 2, which is the IC facing interface. Okay, because I want to monitor the traffics and all. How many is incoming, how many traffic I'm like sending out in inbound and outbound kind of a thing I want to monitor. Now see here, bandwidth report for port 1 interface. You see inbound and outbound. Okay, both for past 1 hour. Okay, 24 hours, 1 week. You can see up to 1 week. Okay, if in case there is any see, that is showing the 1 week graph. Okay, there is no much traffic, that's why you are seeing a complete blank thing. Okay, 1 hour, see here, nothing much, right? Similar on the port 2 also, you can see how many is inbound and outbound, nothing. Okay, so it will show you the real time usage of the incoming and outgoing traffic on that specific interface. You can also monitor that. Okay, so there are several useful widgets. Just try to click on that add widget option and like go through. Okay, and it is not tricky to find out what it is. Okay, because everything has a explanation what this will do. Okay, so just try to go through all these and like you will get a fair sense of an idea. Okay, mostly you will be using IPsec, VPNs, or like interface monitoring. That is what you would use mostly. Okay, nothing more. But yes, it's like good to know fact that you have several options here. Okay, you can add it whatever you wish to. Now, so this is all about this.
Hello. So what if we want
yeah,
historical data? What if we want historical data?
Historical data of what?
Like a bandwidth or CPU utilization.
Historical data of how much long? Historical data?
Like 1 month.
Okay, so now if you want the historical data that is beyond 7 days, okay, that means you should be having a Forti analyzer or any sort of an syslog that is configured. Okay.
That's the first day you told us about. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
We'll see. There are two devices, FortiAnalyzer and FortiManager. Okay.
Yeah.
These two devices can be used to store the logs. Okay. FAZ, in short, we call FortiAnalyzer as FAZ. Now, that device is really good if you are someone who loves to work on logs and report. Okay. So the way it generates the report now, it's like candy to the eyes. It's a very simplified pie charts, graphs, and all those bars and all colorful pages. Okay, so it's very easy, okay, to understand what is going on into your network, and based upon the FAZ license, you may get the past records beyond few years. Okay, it can maintain that, and it can give you a quarterly report, monthly report, weekly report, all those things it can do based upon what do you want for your audit requirement. Okay, so that's why people mostly use FAZ. Okay, FMG, that is FortiManager, is used by someone who is having more Fortinet appliances. See, I'm using the term Fortinet appliances. I'm not saying Fortigate, because Fortigate is one of the product of Fortinet. Okay, so let's say you have FortiAP, you have
FortiSwitch. Yeah,
you may have FortiSwitch, you may have FortiGates, maybe multiple FortiGates. Okay, so logging in each and every device and like doing all those configurations and like checking here and there, you have a single stop solution, FortiManager, where all your devices can talk to the FortiManager, and that FortiManager can sync up, okay, with all the devices and like whatever the configuration you want to push up to any of the firewall or any of the devices, you can just push it from the FortiManager itself. Okay, so FortiManager does that. Along with it, FortiManager can also be used to store the logs. Okay, you can use that. Okay, that it can store the logs. Clear? But
yeah.
when it comes, yes, tell me.
One more doubt I have. If we are using FortiManager or FortiAnalyzer, then the logs is getting stored over that device, then storage is used of Fortinet Cloud or organization storage.
FAZ. If you are storing your logs on the FortiAnalyzer, you are using the storage of FortiAnalyzer. That is a cloud-based platform. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
So need to worry. They have a very, very high space requirement. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Store as many logs as you want there.
So Rohan, I just want one clarification here. I think I have read somewhere. So if we are having FortiManager and if we are using multiple Fortigate devices, multiple Fortigate firewalls, so we can manage all those firewalls from one place through,
yes,
with, right? Am I right?
Correct.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Okay, so see here. Okay, while we were talking, see here, we saw some data. Okay, here. Okay, so this is how it will take the real-time records. Okay, now it's all about the front page. Okay, that is the status. Now see here. Okay, I will not go in logging right now. Okay, logging is something which I will avoid right now. Okay, let me show you the settings. Okay, system, under the system, you see settings. Now see here. Here, okay. There it is. Yeah, see here. Host name, you can modify whatever the firewall name that you want. You want to have it as Fortinet 1, call it Fortinet 1. Okay, whatever the name that you want to give to it. Okay, give that. Okay. Second, this is current system time that I told you that you saw in the dashboard. Okay, now here this is the NTP. Okay, so it is a sync with the NTP server. Okay? You may have your own NTP server. If you do not have your own NTP server, the FortiGuard supports the NTP server. Okay, it like gives you the NTP setup, so you can choose it from there. Now here, time zone, just like how you set the system clocks of your Windows, firewall or with your Android phones or any devices for that matter. Okay, in the same way, you will just choose the time zone here. Okay, whatever the time zone that you want it to operate with, and it will start showing the time with reference to that specific time zone. So let's say, for example, let us find out our India, right? Where it is. Kolkata, Chennai, Mumbai, New Delhi, right? GMT 5:30.
5:30.
Okay. Now, simply click on apply. See the time changes. 22:34. Clear? Clear?
Yes.
Now, see here.
Yeah.
So that's NGP setting. Okay, so that's normal thing. Leave it. Okay, see here. This is one thing that you should focus upon. HTTP port, the firewall. Now, please be careful what I'm saying here. I am not saying that the clients or the LAN PCs will try to access any websites or any SSL VPNs or any kind of an other services. Okay, if they are using HTTP, they will be running on AT or HTTPS 443 or SSH 22. I'm not saying that. This administration setting is solely for the firewall. You are telling the firewall that, hey, this firewall is accessible on the port 2022, sorry, on the port 22 if you want to access the firewall via SSH. If you want to access the firewall via HTTP, this firewall is accessible on the port 80. Clear? Clear?
Yes.
So one more thing. Configuring 80 and for 443 or 22 or 23 port, whatsoever port that you might do configure here, that doesn't mean that the firewall will now start giving, it's like anyone can simply write this IP and he will get the access. Okay, that also doesn't mean that. You have to enable, I told you, this firewall is a ZTNA, zero trust. You have to tell him what to do. Currently, at this point, you are only telling that on which port a certain service will be hosted. But is that service enabled on port 1 or port 2 or port 3 or for any interface of the firewall? That is something which you have to do separately. Okay. Now, clear with that point, what I just mentioned? Enabling the services on any interface is a different thing, whereas on which port that a specific service will be working, that is a different thing. So here what you are defining is that the firewall HTTP service, the firewall HTTPS service, SSH will be working on 22 port or 80 port or 443 port or whatsoever port. Clear? Now, see here. If I say, okay, that HTTP port is 8080, for example, okay, I'm doing this. So it is saying changing the administrator HTTP port number will require you login again. Of course, I'm using HTTP, right? Let me save it. As soon as I click on apply, okay, it will log me out. Certain slow. Just bear with me. Tomorrow I will be back to my place. Loading.
In my lab also that QEMU just Windows is too much slow.
Yeah, Mr. Rohan, I have a question. In the meantime, the screen is getting loaded. So if I'll go for any FortiGate image, right? If I'll download the FortiGate VM, if I'll install this image into the VM, so what all options I'll get?
If you upload this image into the VM,
yeah, let's say I have created a virtual machine through VMware, right? And I have downloaded the VM for this Fortigate also.
Okay.
So once I will run this image, then what all features I'll be getting? I'll be getting the similar feature which you are showing me right now.
Yes, correct.
Yes, definitely.
You will be getting that. Okay.
So what would be there in the licensing part? Is there any trial license or what?
No. In licensing part, see here what you are saying is just the common things, okay? Like I mentioned, the UTM features will not work for the FortiGuard features, okay? So see, without FortiGuard, UTM is nothing.
Right.
So that is not going to work if you do not have a license, okay? So forget about security. Okay. Second thing, VDOMs. Forget about that. Okay.
Okay.
Third thing, supported ciphers. It will just support two or three ciphers. Okay. So you will not have the flexibility, okay, for the SSL and for IPsec VPNs ciphers. Okay. You will not be having that flexibility. It will only support a least minimum one encryption or like decryption like that. Okay.
Right.
So you have a very, very limited options to it. So why you will go with such an option?
So which license we will use for the trial basis?
Oh man, but there is no license for a trial one. As soon as you deploy an image, you get 2 weeks. There is no license for a trial one. Okay.
So practical basis. So how can we will do the practice?
Practice for
means trial version. So that
so we are doing right now, na?
For that we have NK labs. Am I right?
See, okay, if your question is that if in case you have a image, firmware image, and if you are going to deploy it on your own personal computer, will you be seeing the same firewall what you are saying right now? If that's your question, the answer is yes. Okay. Here also I have the freeware. There also you will have a freeware. Clear?
Right. I think he said, suppose if 14 days is over, just reinstall it again.
Its license is gone, right? 2 weeks freeware is gone.
Okay, so you have to do it again.
Then you have to wipe the config, it's like wipe that setting and then again re-import the image. Okay. Then again you will have for 2 weeks. Okay. Clear.
So again we have to reconfigure that all.
Of course you have to.
Okay.
Okay. Now see
so
here.
if I take a already configuration file, so if backup file, so can we push it?
Yes, you can. If you get but the question is, in order to push the configuration onto your firewall, you should be having the access of the firewall first, right? And in order to have the access of the firewall first, you have to configure at least one port.
Yeah,
correct?
Sure. Yeah, correct.
So you have to do that basic configuration, what I just told you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fine.
Okay, fine. So see here. So I am trying to access the firewall on the same IP, okay, and see it is not working. Okay. Now, why? Because the port that you mentioned was, it's not now using default port, that is 80. It is using 8080. Okay. So that's why you have to now access on port 8080. And when you do that, now you are seeing the firewall login prompt. Okay. So okay, so now let me again go back to system settings. Okay, so so that is what it was. Okay, now here, this is the default certificate that has been sent to your client machine. If someone tries to access the firewall, okay, this is the certificate that you will be sending it to him. You may want to send him a different certificate. In that case, you have to re-import the certificate. You have to simply import that certificate and choose that certificate from the drop-down list, and that specific certificate will be sent as a server certificate to the client. Okay, so certificate is something which I will discuss in thorough depth. What is certificate, how it is created, and what is the use of that? How does the firewall make a use of that certificates now? So we will discuss it thoroughly. Just for now, know that you can choose the certificates from here as a drop down. Okay, it's just a drop, click, done. Now, see here, this is with reference to, okay, allow concurrent sessions. Okay, here, allow concurrent sessions. So if in case you have enabled this, then only more than one person can take the firewall access at the same time. So 2 or 3 people, or even whatsoever the concurrent users that it supports, everyone can take the access of the firewall at the same time. If in case you turn it off, then only one user can access the firewall at a time. Okay, if that user logs out, then only the other users will log in. Or if in case what will happen is, let's say I am working and you have logged in, so I will be logged out. Okay, so I have to log in again, and if I log in again, you will be logged out. Okay, so because at a time only one session can be allowed. This is why by default it is enabled. If you want to turn it off, turn it off. Now,
so
yes,
I have a question here.
uh-huh.
So as per this dashboard, we have the option to allow or block, right?
This is not dashboard. This is settings.
Settings, yeah. I'm sorry. So in the setting, we have the option to allow concurrent multiple sessions or single session.
Yes.
Right. So if I want to allow only 2-3 sessions, like line VTY 0 to 4 or 3, so can we do it through the CLI? Like as we do in the routers, line VTY 0 to 2, so we can have 3 sessions at the same time.
No, similar to this, I don't think you have this option here.
Okay, so so we have the only option, either allow one or either allow multiple.
Huh.
Okay, I got it. Yeah, thank
Although
you.
I can check to that information, but I think you have only one this option.
Okay, I got it. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, fine. So see here, this is password policy. Okay, so if in case like you want to have that, no, the password should be set in a specific way, okay, for the admin or maybe for the IPsec VPNs whatsoever, or maybe for both. So you want to specify your password policy. So you can say that, hey, the password should be minimum of 8 length, okay, and how many new characters should be there, character requirements. Okay, so how many uppercase, lowercase, numbers, special characters that you want. Okay, so you can just define the limit here. Okay, and once you define it, that's the password policy. So anyone who has to set a password, he has to set the password in order to match your policy. Okay, so that, so if you say that, okay, it should have 2 uppercase, 1 lowercase, 2 numbers, and at least 1 special character. So if you define that, then he has to define a password which should be having 2 uppercase, 1 lowercase, 2 numbers, and 1 special character. Okay, that is what it is. So if you want to have it, you can create it or you can turn it off so that anyone can have their own password based upon whatever they want to. Okay, so it depends upon your audit requirements. If in case your audit needs to have a strong password, you can force the users to have it. Okay, that is what it is. This is language that you want to have your firewall to be represented in English, French, whatsoever. Okay, so like right now we are seeing in English. So whatever the language that you can choose, you it's like if you want other than English, you can choose that. Okay, here there is no option for Hindi. Okay, so they have other languages. Now this is theme. Okay, good to play. Okay, neutrino, you can just choose. See, the theme is changing. Okay, so just a cosmetic thing, graphite. Okay, so just choose whatever you want. Okay, whatever suits you best. You want some older styles and retro kind of thing, you can choose it. So it's just a cosmetic thing. Okay, nothing much. Okay, I love this one, but okay, let's have a default one. Okay, see, this is now the NGFW mode. Okay, so see here, your
That
firewall.
setting, so sorry. So
Yeah,
that's settings common for all users, which are we have created the locally. That
theme.
Yeah, themes and settings and all.
Huh.
Okay.
So no, each users can own their own theme as well.
Sorry, your voice is getting break. Can you repeat again?
I'm saying that each user can have their own theme as well.
Okay.
Okay.
Fine.
Now, NGFW mode. Okay, the firewall has two NGFW mode. NGFW is next gen firewall operation. Okay, so it can have, or I would say it can operate as a profile based or in terms of a policy based. Now let me tell you one. Profile based is what I will recommend always because it's very easy to configure and manage. Now, choosing profile based and choosing policy based, does it mean that profile based has more feature and like policy based has lesser, or maybe policy based has more feature than compared to profile based? No, not at all. It's exactly same. The only difference is the way to configure. Okay, how you will configure the firewall, that changes. So if you use profile based, here the configuration is completely based upon profiles. We will create a profile, then we will map that profile to a policy or wherever we want to. Policy based means everything will be configured on the policy itself. Okay, and it is a bit tricky. I find it a bit tricky. Okay, there is no difference. There is no addition of a new features and all, nothing at all. Okay, so I do not go with the policy based. I always follow the profile based, and not I. Out of 10, 9.5 users follow the profile based. I've till now in past 4 to 5 years, I've only seen one person who is using policy based. People generally use profile based. Okay, it's very easy to manage. Okay, it's all about configuring the firewall. Okay, no need to play with that. Okay, so let us focus on the features, configurations and all, and the ease of our understanding. But if someone in this batch is willing that, hey, I'm okay with the policy, okay, you go with that. Okay, you go with that, the concept, the process, the behavior, the configuration, okay, the T-shoot, everything remains same. The logic is same. Okay, only the way to configure changes. Clear?
Not able to understand like what is profile based and what is policy based.
Can you show the practical?
I will show you. See here. What you are seeing now, right now, is profile based. Okay, see here. Security profiles, right? Yes. Here you see there is antivirus, web filters, and video filter. You can click on this. Okay, you can click on antivirus, and you have our multiple profiles. Correct? Yes. You can create one more profile here. Okay, whatever you want, you can create a multiple profile. Then you can go into the policies. Okay, and then you can simply add it. Okay, in the policy, what you have created, okay, you will go and you will simply add that web filter or antivirus, whatever you have configured. Okay, the like profiles of that, you will simply add it here. Just bear with me. Okay, I have a slight slowness. Okay, so let's say web filter, whatever the profile you want to choose, you choose it and you simply apply it, right? That is what you do. Okay, that is what you have to do. Now, come on. Okay, so I have done it. Okay, clear. Similarly, if I have to enable NATing and all, I will be doing the NAT on the policies and like creating IP pools and DNATs and all those. Okay, so it's the way that I'm doing the configuration. Okay, now if I go in system, okay, settings, and I choose here policy based. Okay, policy based. See, policy based. When I choose the profile, you had SNAT option as well. Now that SNAT is gone because it's nothing but another way to configure. But okay, I'm choosing policy based. Fine. Okay. Now see, this says, do you see any change? Nothing at all, right? Yes or no?
Yeah.
No change. Now do you see here? Web filter is gone.
Yes.
Right? Application control is gone. Okay. Now where it is? Policy and objects. Let's go in. Now here you see SSL inspection is here now. Okay. See SSL inspection and authentication central as SNAT is here, right? Now you cannot do a simple SNAT. Like generally we like do in order to make our configuration a very easy one. Now you don't have that option. Okay. You have to do the source NAT using the policy. Okay. That is what the central SNAT is. Now see now if I got my policy is gone, so I will create a new one. Okay, I will show you. See here. Now here I am getting web filter, correct? Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so the concept is same. Okay, the concept is same, but your configuration will differ. Okay, now here what's only you are having application and URL category. Okay, you do not have now the option to have a separate profiles for that matter. Clear? Clear. Okay, so that is what I'm saying. So it makes a configuration much more complex. Okay, so what means like this is my view. Maybe you will find it easy. Okay, so it is person to person view. Okay, no one is right, no one is wrong. So, but I personally feel that this is making my configuration much more complex, what I can do easily. Okay, so now if I have to do an SSL inspection, I have to go here. Okay, I cannot enable a quick source NAT here. I have to create a policy for that matter. Okay, for all those web filter and application control here, I am not only able to do a source IP and source destination IP, but also have to configure all those categories and all. Okay, so it is simply unwantedly increasing my load. Okay, I may not need it, I may want it, right? So that is what I was saying. Okay, so it doesn't mean that it is giving you some additional feature, some add-ons, nothing at all. It just that it will change the way that you can configure the firewall. Clear? Clear?
Clear.
Yeah.
So
Yes, clear.
so I'm going to use that older method, man. Okay, that profile based. I refer that. Come on.
So actually I have one question. So when we will change in policy, so that time is showing some red splash. What is that?
That's a good thing. Whenever you do a change, it will show you a red plus. Why it will show? It's like when you try to save it, right? Then it says shows you red flash. Correct.
Yes.
Because it is saying that you have modified that policy. So it is just confirming that, hey, you have modified this. Okay, so this is saved. Flashing. Okay.
It's auto save as per the Palo Alto, just having one commit.
In CLI, if you are running the policy or any command, here you do not have commit or anything like that. Okay. As soon as you press enter, done. Okay.
Okay.
So very, very careful when you work on a CLI. Okay. Or even when you click on apply here, you will get a prompt that, okay, press okay and all. Okay. But in CLI, as soon as you enter the command, it's executed. Okay. Okay, so coming back to our normal. Yes, please tell me.
Checkpoint also having one that option that publish.
Man, SRX is also having the same thing. Okay, commit and all. Okay, that's a good thing if you ask. Okay, because if something we make a wrong now, we have a time to revert it back, right? But here you don't. Here one executed, done. Okay, so where I was stuck in such a situation. It's the new time that I was working on this firewall and I accidentally turned off the source NAT. Okay, that too through the CLI. Okay, I simply run that command and I pressed enter. I thought that unless I will write next, it will not save that. But as soon as I pressed enter, he lost the internet access. The device access was gone.
Okay.
So please be very, very careful, okay, when you execute from the CLI. Okay, so see here, you have one central ASNet as well. What is central ASNet and all thing? We will see it when we are going to learn the netting, okay? So skipping that part. Okay, and yeah, yes, here it is important. This one, email service. Okay, now what is email service? Now see, I told you now that in two-factor authentication, the firewall may be sending you an OTP kind of a thing. In short, it is sending you a token, right? So how it is sending a token to your emails or like, let's say you have configured the email alert that, hey, if a failover is triggered, I should get an email alert on so and so email address, right? You may be having that in order to do a monitoring of critical events. Okay, so how does a firewall is sending it? Of course, the email can only be sent by using an SMTP server, right? Simple mail transfer protocol server. Yes or no? So you may have your own SMTP server, or if in case you do not have the SMTP server, need not to worry. The firewall has an inbuilt default SMTP server that is called notification.fortinet.com. So you do not have to worry. Okay, this is by default configuration. But if in case you want that, no, the firewall should also be sending the email using my internal SMTP server. Fine. Simply enable this and then you write the SMTP server address. Okay, whatever the address of your SMTP server is, or like domain of the SMTP server is, whatever the port that you are hosting it to. If in case there is any authentication or what is the security mode, you just choose it based upon your SMTP server engineer. He will let you know all these requirements. It's like how you can talk to the SMTP server and it's done. Okay, it's just like configuring your Outlook. Okay, so that is how you will do. If in case you do not want to do, turn it off. This is by default setting. It will send it. Okay. Clear? Clear?
Clear.
Now, how you will do it in CLI? Config system, although I'm not sure, but let me just try it. Okay. Yeah, email server. Fine. Sure. See, this is the same command. Clear? If you want to modify anything, just do the modification. Okay. So that is one thing. Now, okay, it's 11 o'clock now. So, okay, fine. So
you can modify config from the CLI.
Yes.
Oh wow. Okay.
You can do anything from the CLI, man. Okay.
Gotcha.
Okay, so
so how to remove that configuration? We have to execute, so we have to remove.
So okay, so see, when you want to set the configuration, you will run set, right? When you want to remove it, you will run unset.
Okay.
Okay, that is how it is. Okay, so I have not started the CLI, right? I have not given you the insights of CLI yet. I'm only into the GUI right now. Okay, so I think tomorrow I will be starting the interface configuration and captive portal. Okay, there I will tell you the insights of the CLI. Okay, it's like how are the commands and like how you will run it. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
Okay, man. Okay, so I will be stopping my screen now. Okay, I will not continue further. I had only the space for 11 o'clock. Okay.
Sure, Ron.
Okay, man. Thank you all for bearing with me. Okay.
See you tomorrow. Good night.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank you.
Good night.
Baba.